Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I'm getting kind of a late start on supper tonight, but that's okay. It won't take that long really. We've had a busy day out and about. It's starting to rain here again, which is great. We've needed the rain, so I'm not complaining. But anyway, we're going to have some fish tacos for supper, and this is really nice because most of the work, excuse me, and the cooking goes in the oven, so I don't have to be working over the stove and doing that. Over to the side, my husband has been busy with his etching machine, his engraving machine. He made my trivet that I've shown before. He also made me, this is so special, my mother-in-law made the best pickles, and we have lost all of her recipes except one that I found that I had of hers at the back of my recipe box. So he made it on a cutting board for me and put her sweet pickle recipe that I always make on this board for me. So that's really special to me. But anyway, so we've been doing those kinds of things too. So the fish tacos. I'm going to start by making the sauce that's going to go on these, and then I can set that aside. So for the sauce, you need 3 tablespoons of sour cream, and you're going to want to put in 2 tablespoons of mayo, I don't know about you guys, but I like a little zing to my fish tacos, so this is really a great recipe for that. I'm going to put in, I've juiced half of a lime, and I'm going to put that in there. And I've got a half teaspoon of garlic powder and a half a teaspoon of cumin that I'm going to put in. And then I have a half a teaspoon of hot sauce. And you can use more hot sauce if you want to, but I would taste first and then add more if you would like it. So I'm going to mix those up. And this is our sauce that will go over our fish once it's ready. Okay. I will put this in the refrigerator in a few minutes. Right now I'm just going to set it aside though. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of fish fillets. You can use catfish. If it's filleted, just be leery of the bones. Any fish, be leery of the bones. But I'm using some cod. I don't like whiting. It has too much of a fishy flavor. But I'm going to make a rub that goes on this. And in the rub, where's my container? I wanted to put it in. I have already mixed some things together. I have a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of onion powder, and then salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to go ahead and put my fish over here and rub it down a little bit on both sides. Do one side really well first and then flip it and do the other side. Make sure the spices are blended up. So I'm going to rub all of these down, both sides like I said. And then I'm going to drizzle with, it'll take about a tablespoon of olive oil. So let me rub this one down, this row. Covered, and then I can drizzle. And then I'm just going to repeat that with all my other fish. And then I'm going to put it in a 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. It'll get flaky, and at that point I'll take it out and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so the fish is in the oven for our fish tacos. I went ahead and put that rub on there and the olive oil. I put it on a piece of parchment on a baking sheet and put that in a 400-degree oven. And that's going to take about 15 minutes or so, again, until the fish is flaky. And I made the sauce that's going to go over the fish and put that in the refrigerator. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the slaw that goes over all of that. And I have my tortillas out, so they're ready. You can warm those just before you put the fish and items in it, slaw and those things, but I've got those out and ready. For my dressing though, for my slaw, I have some sour cream, and I have, how much should I do? About 1/3 of a cup, maybe just a little bit more of sour cream. It just depends on what kind of cabbage you use. If you shred up your own or cut up your own and you do it very thin, or you buy the fancy or fine cut, then you might not need as much. But I bought the mix just because I wanted to be fast tonight since I knew we were going to be running late. To that sour cream, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of fresh lime juice. And that's about 1.5 limes. So the half a lime that you juiced for the sauce, you're going to use the other half in the dressing. And then I'm going to mix that up. Now, you could add cilantro as well, but I have told you before, I don't care for cilantro. I'm part of that small minority that think it tastes like soap suds. So I don't use it if I don't have to. It would be good in this recipe if you like cilantro. But not only do I not like it, but the store was out of cilantro too. So that kind of made the decision for me. If you want to use cilantro though, it would just take a tablespoon or 2 of that chopped up. Okay. Now I have my slaw mix, so I've got different kinds of cabbage and some carrots in there. I'm also going to put in a little bit of onion. This is about 1/8 of an onion. And then I'm going to add to it 1 jalapeno that I've chopped up very fine. And then my dressing goes over the top of this. And you're going to mix this in, and then it's ready for when the fish comes out of the oven. Our fish is out of the oven and it's nice and flaky inside. So all I have to do now is add a tortilla to my plate, break this up into chunks, put as much fish as I want on my tortilla, top it with the sauce, then top it with the slaw, and then I'm ready to enjoy. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. We're getting ready to go out and make some patty melts out on the Blackstone, and you could do this on your stovetop if you would rather, but we're going to go outside and spend the evening out there. So that's something really simple but really delicious. So I'm going to start with 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of hamburger. I'm going to salt and pepper that to taste. I might even put some fries in the air fryer, and we'll have a meal out there. Maybe make a cucumber salad, share my Uncle Joe's recipe that he shared with us. And then I'm going to also add to that just a few dashes, 5 to 6 dashes of Worcestershire sauce, just to give that some flavor. Now I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to form it into patties and put these on. Like I said, I'm going to put these on the Blackstone with a little bit of oil under them and make the patties. But I'm also going to saute some onions in a couple tablespoons of butter. And I'll show you this out there on the Blackstone later. When I go to assemble it, I have some rye pumpernickel, some swirl bread. You could use just rye. You could use some sourdough bread, just a heartier, thicker bread. I've got some baby Swiss to go with it, and I have some Thousand Island dressing we'll put on that. When you prepare the bread, if you need to butter both sides, if you would rather, you could actually put mayo on both sides. I know some people prefer that, and so that's all there is to it, and we'll show you the process out on the Blackstone in just a bit. Okay, so we're out of the Blackstone. We have it heated up, and we're going to put a little butter on and saute our onions. And it'll take just a couple tablespoons. those start to caramelize. Molly and Enoch are out here with me and cooking, so they're going to stay clear of the splatters, but they're helping. Okay, so I'm going to leave those to saute and caramelize, and in the meantime, I'm going to put just a little bit of oil on the other side, and I'm going to set my burgers on that and get those going. Now you can smash these down if you want to, but that's not the point. They're not really smash burgers. Whew. Definitely hot. There's a little bit of room between them. So Molly, do you like patty melts?
They're okay, they're not my favorite.
Would you rather just have the hamburger? Or you're not even crazy about hamburger?
I'm not really crazy about hamburger, but it's good.
Back up a little bit.
That was fun.
Now, if you have a hamburger press, you could use that to press these down. But like I said, I'm not making a smash burger. I just want it to be a regular burger. Molly and I were trying to decide if I could get 7 burgers out of it, because I used a little over the pound and a half that it required, and so I thought maybe I could get 7 burgers out of it, but I think I can only get 6. So we're going to let those go ahead and cook it for a few more minutes, and then we'll flip those and let them cook on the other side. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with the bread. Okay, so we've got a nice browning going on our burgers, a nice sear. So I'm going to go ahead and flip those. And I stuck our onions towards the back so they won't get a lot more done. Is that the right phrase? A lot more done? How about
I have no idea.
if they won't get
I'm
too
not a
done? And in our air fryer down below, we've got some steak fries going, and when Grandpa gets back, we'll throw a few hot dogs on there for the kids, just in case they don't like the patty melts. Okay, so we've got a good sear on both sides of our burgers. I've buttered our bread. I'm going to put that down on the griddle with the butter side down, get that browned up. For now, and I'm going to put a slice of cheese on my burgers. This is baby Swiss. So. Separated here. Flip it. Now I'm going to take one of my burgers, flip it onto my bread. I almost mixed, didn't I?
Yeah.
Put another slice of cheese on. Then we've got some Thousand Island dressing. We're just going to put a little bit of that on. Spread that out a little bit. Piece of our bread on top, and let that cheese melt down, and that one's ready. Now I didn't put onion on that one because I don't like onion. So the next one, we'll go ahead and flip it. Each side up. A little bit of the onion on. dressing on. Grab our other bun, and it'll go on top. So there you have patty melt on the Blackstone. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.